Been quite a while. It's been a month. It's been a month since I did live stream, and in that month's time, lots has happened. I'm gonna give a few minutes before I dive into what I'm here for. In the meantime, read these StreamYard tunes. Say what's up to some of the people that were in the chat earlier. You may or may not still be here. The King see the red. He said I beat AL. I don't think AL is going to be here tonight. Raven Knight said, yo, somebody subscribe. That number scares me. And I said, scaredy cat. And Dave Tao said, hey. Dave Dow. What's up? I'm listening. You might be wondering why I renamed my channel Trust. I didn't really come here tonight to talk about why I renamed my channel Trust. But I did do this really quickly for y'all. That's actually the little picture at the corner right there. You will read it because that corner is too small, but hopefully we got that in the intro. Forcing connection is forcing alignment. Forcing alignment is forcing attachment. Ego seeks attachment. Soul seeks connection. You'll never have to force anything that aligns with you. What's meant for you will feel natural, peaceful, and connected. Not forced, chaotic, and attached. Shout out to Aqua Teppy. I like what I've been hearing from you lately, Aqua Teppy. Shout out to you. Huge fan of authenticity and standing on business. So I'm always going to shout that out. Put a little Carmex on y'all. When you have big lips, you gotta make sure you keep them things. You feel me? So anyway, the title, Discovery, Dialogue, Discernment. You may or may not know that I wrote a little bit of essay about Blackness here. And I actually read it here on the stream, and I've referenced it even after that. But in that essay, I basically distributed experience and my perspective amongst discovery, discipline, and discernment. Now, this evening, the title includes dialogue because I think that's a piece I was missing from my essay. And what I would like to say about is, turn it down a little bit. What I would like to say about that is Hey, UFO kamikaze. Yeah. So getting into the reason why I renamed my channel Trust, um, it also aligns with why I titled this stream this way. Um, and I'm gonna go deep with y'all for a little bit, so just bear with me. I'm gonna just say what I gotta say, then I'm gonna get out of y'all's way. But if you're here, I'm glad you're here. And if you missed me, I missed you too. So yeah, discovery, right? Upon discovering the space, I was captivated by conversation being had amongst some very smart Black men. I was captivated by the brazen transparency from the community of men from various walks of life, the lively discourse, the hunger for more, the lack of fear to discuss where life has brought them and what life has given them. The discovery portion of it is awesome because it's like this gobsmack of, for me it was anyway, because I had never been in a situation or an environment where it was a male-led conversation. Never. But prior to coming to the Black Manosphere, I had never been in that. Never. Even when I was rocking a fade and I was going to the barbershop to get my shape-ups, I still was not privy to the kind of dialogue that I was being exposed to so openly here in the space. So I focused the first part of the essay on discovery for that reason. And the whole discovery portion of it is about like just how you come upon it, how you discover the conversations, how you discover the talking points, how you discover that there's even this community, right? And a lot of it focuses on the positive aspects, right? So then I added dialogue tonight to the equation because the dialogue is the important piece. It's not just the dialogue that occurs on panels or even in the chat, which are two very different things. You can be having a conversation in the chat and a whole different one is happening on the panel. So the dialogue there, it encompasses that, but it's also the dialogue that we're having when we log off. It's also the dialogue that folks are having in other social media spaces amongst the same people that they may have conversations with here. It's a major component. Then you've got disappointment. I'm calling it disappointment, and there's a fly in here. I've been trying to get it out of here, but I don't know what to do. So he's just going to be part of the stream now. Disappointment comes in when when I witnessed behavior from a content creator that I maybe had gotten buddy with, and perhaps their behavior was something unsavory in my eyes, or just a falling out between themselves and another content creator, or just finding themselves on the wrong side of an issue, you name it. Disappointment could be anything, right? But what happens is it starts to make a difference in how you consume the content, who you consume it from, where you go regularly, whose channel you're subscribed to, who you join, who you super chat, all that good stuff. Which leads to this discernment. The discernment aspect is, okay, now that I've discovered some things, had some dialogue, been disappointed by maybe some people or some things, some aspects. Now I have to discern between what I am being presented and how I would like things to go. So that's why I titled the stream this way. But also for a zoom out, the bigger picture is that these 4 words accurately describe my experience in Texas thus far. Okay? I discovered Texas in terms of being exposed to Dallas in a way that I had never been before. I had been to Dallas before, but I now was in Dallas in a way that, it was. I'm going to turn my camera off because I'm going to start swatting this thing. But anyway, I was experiencing Dallas on a different level at that point. And so it was a discovery in terms of me being an adult, in terms of me being in a relationship, and then to also decide to move here. I'm just giving you the Cliff's Notes real quick. And then dialogue of, deciding to move here. Am I going to move here? Okay, I'm moving here. This is what it's going to look like, such and such and so forth. Disappointment when the plan to be in said relationship long term did not materialize. But also, even aside from that, just not finding the career footing that I thought I would once I got here. And discernment came into play with making the decision to stay despite not having the support system that I would have in New Jersey. But we'll get back to all of that. First, I want to say, in my absence, I feel lucky to have been checked up on by some people who have forever etched a place in my heart for different reasons. I'm fortunate enough to be both understood by and friends with some amazing people. The gift of friendship is one I cherish most dearly. Its covenants is founded in choice. Taking a necessary break from YouTube allowed me the perspective to acknowledge and honor my gifts. I've been so mired in discernment that I had sullied the very reason I grew to love exchanging with you all here. That's just real. While my gratitude has been restored, I will still be taking time away to cultivate and curate better content going forward. Because after all, I would like to enjoy the content that I bring to you, but also make it valuable. So I want to get away from some of the heaviness that was associated with this channel before. And if I lose some followers, that's okay. Because like I said earlier, ego seeks attachment. So in that time that I was away from the space, I was checking in on my ego. But for now, I just want to make sure I say thank you to everybody who has helped me in the space, to everybody who has contributed to one of my live streams, to everybody who has interacted with me in the chat, said a kind word, checked up on me. Thank you. There's some people who didn't bother that I'm just like, wow. Really surprised at the fact that there are some people who just straight up were not me. And then other people also shocked me in terms of their level of concern. I'm not going to name names. I was going to, but I'm not going to name names. I am going to get into this though. BGS earlier asked me if I had been writing and blogging. The answer is yes. And I am going to share one of those things with you right now, if you don't mind. I'm still here. I didn't get the fly, y'all. It's just every time I think I got it or it lands somewhere, it gets right back up. So I don't know. And I don't know what it's attracted to in here. There's no food in here. I have a cup of water right next to me. That's it. Anyway, I think I let it in earlier when I came back from grocery shopping. So anyway, let me get into it. I don't want to be looking down while I'm reading to y'all. So I'm going to turn the camera off until I have something to say that I want to address to you guys by looking at you. So just bear with me. Right, here it goes. You know how there's a difference with why you're crying? Like the knot that happens in your throat when it's a sadness versus you're upset or something hurts, like pain. The kind that's familiar, but that you don't want to acknowledge. So you try to swallow it. Only now the knot is a bulge and the tears flow anyway. I'm not even a crier like that. I can't stand crying. But I cried recently. It was the sadness associated with a feeling of defeat. Some of you know that I relocated to Texas just short of 3 years ago. Came here full of hope and anticipation of things that never came to fruition. A job that never materialized, a relationship I hoped would be long term, and ultimately culminate in marriage or culminate in marriage. I was ready to make Texas my new home, my new life. So about a year after I'd gotten here, it was pretty clear that marriage was off the table. But at least work was looking more promising. I'd been in about a few months at a new job, and I was liking it. My second year into living here, I had even leveled up and gotten a new place. The job was going well. I started creating content on YouTube, but more so consuming content than creating it. This was when people were really like trying to urge me to create content. And slowly but surely I started to. And many of you might remember the interview that I did with my mom. There was a 2-part interview that we did. I still have the archives. I may re-upload it. I even wrote about my experiences and observations. I did so with the hopes of not necessarily publishing, but to start a larger dialogue. Hence the essay I was just referring to. That dialogue never quite happened, but I recognized a pattern. I said that there was a cycle of discovery, disappointment, and discernment, which is why I titled the stream this way. But we're here to talk about tears. Let me get back to the tears. Late last year, 2023, I lost my job. This made it really difficult to pay rent, but I borrowed from my 401k to cover myself and to buy some time while I looked for a new job. I figured as long as I can pay my rent for the next few months and cover my bills, I can be pretty frugal with everything else. And it shouldn't take me that long to find a job. This is what I was thinking. I missed my best friend's mom's 60th birthday, had major car trouble, and by the top of the year, I still hadn't found a new job. It wasn't too long after that I made the decision to give up my apartment. Rather than, get evicted, I moved into a friend's house. Shout out to my Piscean Padre. You have no idea how much I appreciate you, but one day I will show you. I began collecting unemployment, and I refused to give up on making Texas work for me. Okay? This is like March, you guys. Within 2 months, I suffered another setback with my car. My car's been in the shop for over a month now. A month and a half it's been in the shop. They keep deciding that they don't know what's wrong with it, and the part that they ordered last week isn't the part that they needed, and the part that they got this week, they said that it should be fixed by Saturday, but that's tomorrow. We'll see. Then I made the decision like, hey, you know what? If in another month's time I haven't gotten an offer, I'm just going to head back to Jersey. Because, listen, I haven't even been here for 3 years yet, and I've suffered setback after setback after setback. Then I got a notice that the unemployment that I was collecting was repealed, and I am now responsible for paying it back. AKA could not claim it anymore. Y'all, do y'all know how shocked I was when I got that message? I mean, I had already been kind of broken down to the bone in terms of like trying to make something out of nothing. I've been applying at gas stations and the mall and Walmart and every place that said they were hiring. I was like, look, if you're hiring, then I'm trying. I'm giving you my application, my resume, whatever it is you want. Still wasn't getting any bites. As I write this, my car is still in the shop. I've decided to give up on Texas. I'm unsure of how I'll be contributing to YouTube anymore, to be honest with you. This is just not a priority. um, the discovery of Texas, the Black Manosphere, and being a reckless maverick has led me to some disappointments in 2.5 years. But the discernment I've gained on the back end certainly won't be misused. I just want to make sure I say thank you to everyone who has ever hit the like button, subscribed, Cash App, PayPal, emailed, commented, replayed, chatted, hate watched, misunderstood, criticized, or contributed. You've all given me things to consider as I embark on this next chapter of my life. But I really gotta hunker down, y'all. I have to do something different because at this stage in the game, it is not a game. So yeah, some things are bound to change, but they have to. They must. It's imperative at this point. I've given Texas all I can in terms of trying to be a contributing member of society here and make it my home, but it doesn't seem like that's in the cards. But rather than beat a dead horse and try to continue to shove a square into a circle, I'm going to count it all joy and move on. But I do not say this to say that I won't be back to making content some point in the future. I certainly intend to. But when I do, it's going to be because I have a lot to say. And it's going to be because I have a lot to share. Right now, I don't have much of that. But I'm working on it. I'm writing my haikus. I'm writing my blog entries. I'm keeping a cool head and staying productive in the only ways that I know how, while I listen to what the universe is telling me. Because it's telling me something. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here because that's really all I came to say to y'all. Just wanted to be a little bit vulnerable and take my protective shield down a bit so that you guys can know why I've been away and what I've been doing in the meantime. So yeah, if you have my email, you can always still email me. I'm going to turn this off. And I made an outro for y'all. You want to see it? Before I go, you know what I'm going to say, right? I wish you peace. I wish you ease and whatever you please. Thank you, PK Angel.